Hey, what's up? How's it going? Here on a pretty blessed day today. Every day is, because I get to pay attention to what God says when He says it, and hopefully sometimes know what He says to do with it. And so that's part of why I'm making this video here, because I just got back from church, and the dude that I listen to, he's pretty solid, right? He says a lot of great things, and I think he's in line with the Holy Ghost. But then there comes a point where I'm like leaving and I'm going, do we ever question what team we're actually working for? Do we question what we're doing? What we're using in this fight? If our words are our weapons, are we keeping them clean? If our shield is our faith, is that the only thing we got? But I get done with it. And I'm like, so I'm kind of particularly blessed in the fact that I get to watch Satan constantly attack me. Now I see the stuff that he does in a strange way, right? I see all the spiritual stuff, the environmental influences that he does, why he chooses certain things, but coming up against Satan like that allowed me to see that God has far more languages he can speak in other than just tongue. Beyond that, okay, so beyond that, he does all this really good stuff. He says all the right things in the sermon, but then periodically he gives into this stuff that is far more just for entertainment. And I can't blame him. If I were up on a stage in that capacity, I know how to revert to my clowning, right? It just, once you feel like you run out of a word, all of a sudden you gotta come up with something that's entertaining. But, and especially with like today, the entertaining portions that he came up with that were like, not even really Jesus adjacent. They touched on the stone and they flew off in the other direction kind of stuff, because Satan primed it before and then followed up thereafter with an attack that tied to it. And I don't think the pastor had any intention for anything like that. But then it made me look at the whole thing and just kind of package it in the idea of like, if we were going to run it like it's water, right? If we're going to run it through a filter, and you get Jesus pouring through there cleanly, and then any other gunk that's left in after the things that we say, after the sermon, all right, or after anything that we do, you take it like any of the gunk that's left in the filter is just like war paint for Satan, for his team. How cleanly are the filters of the things that we're doing? Those up on stage who are supposed to be the leaders for the community, showcasing what it is. How much water do we got and how much gunk do we got? I suppose I should try to talk to him in person, because this isn't really the right way to do things anyways, but it's not just for him, it's for everybody. The clown show that some of the sermons have become just far more for entertainment than it is for Jesus. And when we get to entertainment instead of Jesus, it becomes a tool for the enemy. Pieces and implements that the enemy can use, and that's what he's hoping for. And he's already got it down pat, right? There's plenty of ways we can talk about it and when we stray from Jesus and the ways that we're teaching and what we're doing, but all right, I suppose that's what I had for today. I don't know if anybody's even going to see this, but if you do, just think about it. Just think about it. All right. God bless you.